22 karat, 24 karat. I'm better. No, I'm better. Huh, huh, psh, psh, psh. Actually, if it was a fist fight, Mr. 22 karat gold would beat the brakes off of Mr. 24 karat gold, considering the physical makeup of the two coins. Luckily for 24 karat, that's not what type of fight this is. We're talking an investment fight today. So, since we started talking about the physical makeup first, let's start there. And before I do, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss out on any coin fights. Now, for example's sake today, I have a 22 karat gold American Gold Eagle, and I have a 22 karat gold American Buffalo. Both are 1 ounce. And these are probably two of the most popular gold coins. I also have a 24 karat 1 ounce Canadian Maple Leaf. We'll talk about that more in just a little bit, but I'll mainly be talking about the Eagle and the Buffalo. Let's talk about the physical makeup. So, what are these lads here wearing? The American Gold Buffalo is 24 karat gold. 24 karat gold is considered pure gold, meaning it is 99.9% gold with no or minimal alloy metals. It has a distinct bright yellow color and a high luster, as you can see. And you may be thinking, well, why the hell would you not want pure gold? One of the big downsides to pure gold is it's really quite soft and it can easily scratch, bend, get dinged, which is why most people stay away from 24 karat gold jewelry. 22 karat gold, on the other hand, is not pure gold. And this Gold Eagle is 22 karat gold. It's 91.6% gold and 8.33% alloy metals. The alloy is usually made up of metals like silver, copper, zinc, or nickel, which are mostly added to increase the strength and the durability. So this explains why a physical fight between 24 karat and 22 karat would go bad for the Buffalo. The Gold American Buffalo would definitely get his ass kicked. It would be like putting two equal fighters in a cage with swords, but allowing one of them to wear a metal suit for protection. The Eagle would definitely demolish the Buffalo in a fight. We will dig deeper into which coin may be better for an investment, but let's first touch on the Canadian Maple Leaf for just a second. Since this is the coin that started the 24 karat gold bullion game in the first place all the way back in 1979. Just giving some of you older people a tough time. This was a few years before I was actually born. And I always make fun of my wife for being a year and a half older than me, especially when there's that period that it's 2 years from February to May. But truth be told, she looks about 10 years younger than me, so the joke's on me, I suppose. Or is it? Anyways, this coin is also government backed and actually has a $50 face value. And hey, look, if anyone wants to sell me your 1 ounce Canadian Maple Leaf for $50, I'll give you 100 for it. And I'll take as many as you have. Now I'm going to give you a close up and you can see hopefully that the Gold Buffalo is 4.9 fine, right? That means it's 99.99% pure. You'll notice that usually the 24 karat gold pieces come in capsules to protect them since they're much easier scratched, dinged, dented, and of course damaged. But that's the main reason I wanted to show the Canadian Maple Leaf. It introduced the 24 karat bullion game. Now, 6 years after the Maple Leaf, the US Mint introduced the American Gold Eagle. This coin, of course, being 24 karat gold, like all gold eagles. Now, this is also government backed with a face value of $50. And I will give you $100 for any of these as well. Just shoot me a message. I'll take them all. Now, the 22 karat gold American Eagle also has 1 ounce of gold in it if you have a 1 ounce coin. This is really important to understand. The 24 karat coins have 1 ounce of gold in them, but are pure gold with virtually no other metals mixed in. The 22 karat 1 ounce coin also has 1 ounce of gold in them, but there's just small amounts of other metals mixed in with the gold. This process is called alloying. And since the 22 karat gold coins have 1 ounce of gold in them and some other metals mixed in, they're usually going to be a couple to a few grams heavier than the 24 karat coins. The biggest reason this alloying is done is to increase the durability and the hardness. But it can also give you a variety in color. You can clearly see the difference in color between the 24 karat and the 22 karat. And you can get different colors from different alloy metals. For example, mixing in copper creates a rose gold, and mixing in palladium or nickel becomes white gold. Now, there's a bunch of other reasons when you start talking about like different applications, like for example, industrial and technological uses, but they aren't super important for this video, so I'm not going to touch on. So really, here's the main thing that it comes down to when you're comparing 24 karat and 22 karat. Would you rather have a 24 karat gold, which is pure gold, but it's a much bigger sissy, so to speak? It's much easier scratched, dinged, and dented. Or would you rather have a 22 karat gold, which is not pure gold, but it's much tougher? Understand they both have 1 ounce of gold in them, so they are worth essentially the same. There may be a very minor price difference depending on the type of coin and all that, but overall, they're generally going to be the same price. For example, in a small time frame, the Buffalo may be $10 more per ounce than the Eagle. And then in another time frame, the Eagle may be $10 more per ounce than the Buffalo. But in the end, they virtually have the same value. So you just need to take that information and decide for yourself which is better for you. And there are some other points we can discuss to help you make your decision. So let's take a look back at the American Buffalo, which is of course 24 karat. Now, the gold Buffalo is also produced by the US Mint, but it was introduced in 2006. Some say it's America's answer to the Canadian maple leaf. It's also 4/9 fine, just like the maple leaf is. Also has a face value of $50, just like the maple leaf and the Eagle. And just message me if you want to sell them for... Just kidding. Not going to tell you the same miserable joke 3 times in a row. The Buffalo are very, very similar to the American Gold Eagle in everything except for the fact that it's 24 karat pure gold. And the reason I chose these two to compare is because these are the 2 most popular coins in the United States where I live. So being on YouTube, I can tell you the Buffalo is actually the more popular coin on YouTube for sure. I've done and seen similar videos where the Buffalo is the clear winner when it comes to preference from people that are on YouTube, and it's because of the pure gold content. But production figures favor the American Gold Eagle very heavily. In 2023, there were 394,000 1-ounce gold Buffaloes produced. In 2023, there were 921,500 1-ounce gold Eagles produced. And on top of that, 102,000 half-ounce Eagles, 198,000 quarter-ounce Eagles, and 670,000 1/10-ounce Eagles produced. And this leads to another point where the Eagle has fractional coins where the Buffalo just comes in 1 ounce. Well, in 2008, they did some fractional Buffaloes, but there's so few out there that they're extremely expensive, and that's if you can even get your hands on. So considering all this, the American Gold Eagle is definitely the more popular, the more recognizable, so it could really be considered the more liquid coin. So I know your next question, and it is, what is my preference? Look, gonna be totally honest with you here. Don't you hate when people say, I'm gonna be totally honest with you? Every time I hear that, I'm thinking, okay, so were you not being totally honest with me this whole time before? Here's my in-depth, valuable opinion on which coin I'd rather have. I don't really give two. They both have 1 ounce of gold in them and both have essentially the same value. I'm not in this to collect the coins. The looks are cool and all, but I'm more in this to make a good investment. If I had to choose, I'd say the American Gold Eagle because it's more durable, and my investments would probably back that claim because I have a lot of American Gold Eagles. And it's probably why I recently bought $50,000 worth of them, which you can see. I did a video specifically on that. If you want to watch that, I'll show it at the end of this video, where I unbox them and talk a little bit more about it. I guess the decision for me came down to them being more recognizable and just more durable. More recognizable, more durable, but at the same price. And I think that's what made me choose the Eagle in my recent larger order. But if they were all Buffaloes, it wouldn't really affect me at all. I wouldn't care one bit because it's still the same amount of gold. And really, the best approach may be just a mixture of both as long as you can afford it. Some other quick points for each. With a 22 karat, you can just play with them more. It would be almost like having a fragile wife you can't even take out of her box to play. Okay, I think I'm going a little too far with that one. I have to knock it off. And a quick ending point for the 24 karat would be a point that I've seen from a jeweler saying that you can actually melt them down and turn it into anything else without any cracking. So that's that's kind of like a finishing point for the 24 karat. I definitely have more of the 22 karat, so I guess you could say that's my preference. Although when it comes down to it, I really don't care that much. But the fact that the eagle is more durable and more recognizable probably gives it the slight edge in my book. And hey, it would kick the out of 24 karat in a fight. I kind of like that. And in my honest opinion, you can't go wrong. It's really a minute detail in my book. You're still getting the same amount of gold for pretty much the same price. Leave a comment below to let me know your preference and why. I love hearing from you all. And subscribe, dagnammit. Don't miss the next coin fight or super important updates on the markets, of course. Talk to y'all soon.